Breaking news on WDSU News at noon.
Right now, a manhunt underway for a suspect accused of killing two people in St. Bernard Parish. Detectives are looking for Lee Collins III. They say he shot and killed his mother and grandmother Easter Sunday on Centenny Drive and then attempted to kill his father.
This right here is the man, Lee Collins III, who police say they booked, accused of double homicide in St. Bernard Parish. This is the booking photo we're showing you now. This morning we've learned that he is in jail in Alabama waiting extradition back to St. Bernard Parish.
Yeah, that is after authorities say he killed his mother and his grandmother Easter Sunday and drove to Mobile, Alabama.
This video may include images, audio, or video clips used for educational and commentary purposes under Section 107 of the U.S. Copyright Act, fair use. Easter Sunday, a day meant for family, love, and peace. But in St. Bernard Parish, that peace was shattered. A man is accused of killing his own mother and grandmother. How does something like this happen? According to reports, this all took place in a quiet neighborhood where nothing like this was ever expected. Everything seemed normal until it wasn't. On Easter Sunday, authorities responded to a disturbing call. Inside the home, they discovered two victims. Both had lost their lives. The suspect, Lee Collins III, was taken into custody and later accused in connection with their deaths. The community was left in shock. Neighbors couldn't believe something so tragic could happen so close to home, especially on a holiday meant for togetherness. Many are still asking, what could have led to this? In cases like this, investigators often look into mental health, family conflicts, and past warning signs. At this time, officials have not released full details about a motive, but tragedies like this often leave more questions than answers. Two lives lost on a day meant to celebrate life, and a question that still remains, why?
News on WDSU News at noon.
Right now, a manhunt underway for a suspect accused of killing two people in St. Bernard Parish. Detectives are looking for Lee Collins III. They say he shot and killed his mother and grandmother Easter Sunday on Centenny Drive and then attempted to kill his father. WDSU reporter Alyssa Gomez just spoke with the sheriff and is live with where the suspect might be. Alyssa?
Yeah, Travers, family members tell me that this house behind me is where the suspect's grandmother lived, and that's where shots rang out yesterday. Unusual for a neighborhood that usually seems pretty quiet and calm here. Sheriff Pullman says that Collins is believed to be in Mississippi at this point, and that he crossed state lines a little after 9 o'clock on I-10. They say he initially fled the scene on foot, but he then stole a vehicle from a nearby business. Take a look. It is a 2019 Ford stake bed truck with Louisiana plates. Very recognizable. The sheriff said that they are working with other departments and authorities to find Collins as quickly as possible, as he is wanted for 2 counts of second-degree murder. The sheriff's office just released the names of the victims a couple minutes ago. The suspect's mother is 55-year-old Trinell Collins. The suspect's grandmother, 75-year-old Mary Major. Again, both were shot and killed and pronounced dead at the hospital. The sheriff says that this was a shocking discovery, especially because Collins has no previous criminal record.
Don't know what happened, what made the guy turn this violent, which started as an argument that became physical and then ultimately deadly. I can't imagine how something like this happens.
Now, we also spoke with a relative who was out here just a couple of minutes ago. He says that he's also still struggling to process what happened. He says that this was a close-knit family, and he only has good memories in that house right behind me. Live in St. Bernard Parish, Alyssa Gomez, WDSU News.
This right here is the man, Lee Collins III, who police say they booked, accused of double homicide in St. Bernard Parish. This is the booking photo we're showing you now. This morning we've learned that he is in jail in Alabama waiting extradition back to St. Bernard Parish.
Yeah, that is after authorities say he killed his mother and his grandmother Easter Sunday and drove to Mobile, Alabama. Our Mike McDaniel live at the St. Bernard Sheriff's Office, where authorities are awaiting his return this morning. Good morning, Mike.
Hey there, yeah, good morning. And that is the big news that suspect, 22-year-old Lee Collins III, is in custody as of this morning, and he is now waiting extradition back here to St. Bernard Parish. Now, he was tracked down in Mobile, Alabama. That's about 150 miles from where this crime happened. According to the sheriff's office here, he was arrested after that alert had gone out yesterday. He is now wanted on 2 counts or facing 2 counts of second-degree murder, all because of this crime that happened on Easter Sunday that evening. Now, Sheriff James Pullman says the violence all stemmed from what started as an argument inside a home Easter Sunday in the St. Bernard community, not too far from here. Investigators say Collins shot and killed his 55-year-old mother and 75-year-old grandmother after the situation turned physical. Authorities also say he tried to shoot someone else, another family member inside the home at the time, but missed. After the shooting, deputies say Collins fled the scene and stole a truck from a nearby business before making his way to Alabama. Sheriff Pullman says what happened was what's also shocking in this case is that Collins really had no known prior trouble with law enforcement, leaving many questions about what led to such a deadly outcome. We did speak with a former family member who was once married into the family. He said what happened is still shocking.
It was horrible. When I first heard it, I'm like, no way, how? Because the family is so tight-knit and nobody know, you know what I'm saying? Nobody knew about none of this going on.
As we now wait for Collins to be brought back to St. Bernard Parish, investigators here are busy trying to put together all of the pieces, trying to figure out what led up in the moments to that shooting.
At this time, officials have not confirmed a motive. The investigation is still ongoing. Subscribe for more stories, because sometimes the truth is darker than fiction.